Volume is down. All right. We are live. Yes, we are live. All right, everybody, as you're popping in, go ahead and drop me a hashtag live in the comments below so that I can see you, or drop me a hashtag replay if you're catching the replay. All right, volume is down. We're good. I'm opening up this live so I can see. Hey, Billy, what's up, Billy? You fast, girl. You are fast. Don't skip a beat. What's up, y'all? It's Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's party time. I'm here with my amazing client, Cher, who has lost 30 pounds in her first 90 days. And y'all, that is not the end of that success story. You're going to hear so much. Hey, Andrea, you're going to hear so much about her results, about this journey so far, these last couple months that she's been with me. And it's absolutely amazing. If you need some inspiration in your life, ladies, this is where you need to be right now. If you need some inspiration, this is where you need to be, because this is one inspiring weight loss story so far, and she is not done. Hey, Kim. Hey, Esperanza. Thank you for dropping me hashtag lives in the comments below. Hey, Fee, how you doing? I am so excited to see y'all. So, before I dive in, I want to make sure I don't forget. Hey, Tina, I want to make sure I don't forget this announcement, but I'm doing an amazing live workshop for all the ladies out here. Hey, Shawanda, this is open to everybody. It's a live workshop that I'm doing next Monday. I am not doing it inside of a Facebook group. The reason being, I have so many ladies that I talk to on TikTok and on Instagram who are not on Facebook at all. And I want to make sure I'm doing an event that is inclusive to all the women that I talk to and come across on all of my platforms. Hey, Adrian. Hey, Maria. Hey, Tanya. Tanya over here supporting her sister.
Hey, Tanya.
Yes. So, ladies, if you want to grab a spot inside of that free live workshop that takes place next Monday, drop hashtag workshop in the comments below, and I'll send you the registration link. Hey, Stephanie, it's very important that you are officially registered for the live workshop, even if you can't attend live on Monday, because that way you get the replay automatically emailed to you after that live event. Okay. Hey, Megan, in that live workshop next week, it's going to be all about my 3-step framework of how I help my clients lose 25 pounds in the first 90 days. So if you need some inspiration, you need some tangible tips, tricks, and tools, this is where you want to be. Billy said, I think I'm already registered. Yes, I believe so. Hey, Rachel. V, I will make sure to send you the link. Maria, I'll make sure that, yes, Esperanza. Everybody, if you did not register for the live workshop that takes place next Monday, make sure you drop hashtag workshop in the comments below. After the live, I'll go back through the comments and I'll send the registration link to everybody. It's a free event. I'm doing it live. It's going to be hype. It's going to be lit. And from the comments already, yeah, we're going to have a bunch of people on there. So it's going to be awesome. I'm excited. Anyways, so I have my beautiful client Cher here with me. Everybody say hi. Everybody say hi. Drop hearts, drop fires, drop whatever you want to drop as long as it's nice in the comments below. I was just giving her a massive compliment. Y'all would not believe her actual age. If I asked y'all to guess her age, you will all be off. And you will all think that she's younger than what she actually is. It's crazy. Like, it's unbelievable. But thank y'all for dropping those hearts. Y'all are so sweet. But Cher has been my client for a couple months now. And in the first 90 days inside of my weight loss coaching program, she managed to drop 30 pounds. And there's more to the success story, which is why Cher is here, because I really wanted her to share some of her success, her experience, but then also really give you a sense of where she was a couple months ago before she found me. And little background story, if y'all have watched the live interview that I did with Tanya 2 months ago, something like that. Well, Tanya is Cher's sister. So Tanya, it was like the first success story out of y'all's family. And then Tanya was like, okay, I'm about to go convince my sister that she needs to hop on too. And actually it's 3 of them, and I've been coaching all 3. So Amazing. Cher, first of all, thank you so much for being here and being willing to do this. I appreciate you so much. Carving out a piece of your time, but then also sharing what I think is quite intimate and personal just to inspire the other ladies here. So welcome and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you are so welcome. So, for the ladies watching, because they don't know your story, right? Yet, can you share a little bit about your weight loss journey before, like what was going on before you and I met and you became my client? Where were you? What did your weight loss journey look like? Give us a little bit of insight there.
Okay, well, back in 2004, my oldest sister, Sherry, decided that we were going to do the South Beach diet and that we were going to do this Runner's World program that built us up into running a 5K. And I was like, I'm not running. You want me to run? And then like looking at some of the foods, I was like, I won't eat that. I was always going up and down, back and forth, never really consistent. I would jump on the wagon for a while, results would halt, or a roadblock would come in, and then I would go back to wherever I was. It was an all or nothing with me. Well, I can't work out today, so I'm going to wait till Monday. I'm going to start on Monday. Or, well, I already ate fast food today, so I might as well finish out the week with fast food. Um, I I always wanted to lose weight. Sometimes I would be successful, sometimes I would not. And it was always like, okay, if I was going to be in a wedding, okay, I'm going to lose weight before this wedding. I have a year. Get to the wedding, no results or little results. And then it started with birthdays. Okay, well, I'm going to lose 40 pounds by 40. I'm going to lose 45 pounds by 45. And it just never really worked. When I lost in 2004, I did drop 40 pounds from January to May. And then I started, I guess, feeling confident, comfortable, fell in love. And then next thing you know, the weight went back up. And before I met you, I was at my heaviest that I've ever been in my whole entire life.
Yes, thank you for sharing that. First of all, I think that what you just shared is like so relatable. I can't think of any woman on this weight loss journey who has not kind of gone through those patterns and those cycles. So what you did, and your other sister is here, Sherry is here now. Hey,
Hey.
what you've described, number one, is like the going through those cycles of I'm gonna go do something real quick and go all in and do like the harsh stuff, right? But I'm just gonna do it real quick. I already know this is not gonna last long, but I just have this deadline that I gotta reach, I gotta meet, and then I'm gonna drop X amount of pounds, and then after that, I'm gaining the weight back because what I was doing didn't make sense anyways, right? And I think that a lot of us can relate to that. Like, hey, let me go do the military diet just because I got to go on this cruise. And then and then on the cruise, it's a wrap. No more military diet, and you're drinking all the cocktails and eating everything you can find. Yeah, all of that. So I think that's super relatable. The other thing is that you mentioned that before you came to me or before you hired me as your weight loss coach, you had reached like your heaviest weight ever in life. Do did you at some point, do you feel like the weight was creeping up and you kind of just woke up one day and was like, oh my God, what happened? Or do you feel like along the way you were like, I got to do something different. I got to do something different. I got to do something different. But you ultimately had to be like, have that ultimate trigger in order to actually decide to do something different. How did it all click for you?
Well, it was a combination of both. I would see the weight creeping up and I'm like, okay, I got to do something. But then I would get sidetracked or I would get frustrated. And then next thing I know, it was like, bam, I have all this weight on me and I don't know what to do to get it off. I really don't know what to do. And I became frustrated.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So when you got to your heaviest weight before you came to me, you were in a different place than where you had been before on a weight loss journey. Because it sounds like before you kind of had an idea of what you were gonna do next, right? To drop some of
Mhm.
the weight. But this time it sounds like you were in a totally different place where it's like, okay, I feel totally cornered. I've never been this heavy in my life. I
Mhm.
know I have to do something, but I'm very frustrated. And I also
Mhm.
don't even know where to start. Is that right?
Right. And aches and pains, didn't feel good. Always tired, irritable, and things like that.
Yes. Ooh, this is so relatable. Heaviest weights, aches and pains, irritable, right? Yes, and just very frustrated overall. Do you also feel like aside from the actual physical impact of carrying the weight, do you feel like it was also like affecting your confidence levels, like things that you allowed yourself to wear or places you allowed yourself to
Oh,
go or
definitely.
not go? Yeah.
Yes, definitely, definitely. I always, like when I went places, it was always I'm the fat girl, or when I was amongst my friends, nobody's gonna talk to me. I'm the fat girl, or I had this mean mug on my face, like, don't look at me, don't talk to me, because I felt like nobody would in the first place. So,
Oh,
I always had this look like a mean look.
yeah. Ooh, now you're going deep with this because I think that a lot of us have been in a place where we keep that mean face, that don't talk to me, don't bother me. Hey, Brandy. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Michelle. And I think that we kind of try to convince ourselves that it's like, I just don't want to be bothered. But deep down, it's a little bit deeper than that. It's because the weight or something is really causing that's the lack of self-esteem, the low self-esteem,
Mhm.
that starts to affect us to the point where it's like, you know what, I don't even want to be approachable anymore because deep down I'm afraid of being rejected anyways because my weight makes me feel like XYZ, undesirable, not sexy, not, I don't feel good in my body, I don't feel comfortable, all of that. That's
All of
really
that.
I feel like that's a conversation in itself. So, um, Brandy say, hey, I know that face. Yes, yes. Hey,
Yeah.
Michelle. Thank you, ladies, all of you for being here tonight. We definitely appreciate y'all tuning in and supporting. So yeah, you dropped some massive, like really relatable nuggets to start off this conversation with. And I know that the ladies that are watching are like, oh, damn, I can relate to that. That sounds like me. I done been there. Or maybe some of the ladies right now actually are right there. So let's talk about what that ultimate trigger looked like for you. What was ultimately that turning point where you moved from being the person that's contemplating, that's not happy, that's saying I got to do something but not doing, versus that's it, I'm done, I'm gonna go and hire Coach Anna and I'm gonna make it happen. What happened there?
It was a mindset change. I'm approaching 50 on Valentine's Day. I will be 50 years
I,
old.
Hold on. I told y'all at the beginning of this live, because I wasn't going to disclose her age. I told y'all at the beginning of this live, if y'all knew how old she is, y'all would not believe it, and y'all would think she's younger. I keep thinking she's my age, y'all, and I'm 38.
So it was like 50 by 50. Okay, I'm definitely going to do this. I wanted to have a party, a big party at a venue. I wanted to do that. I've had a couple house parties, at 30 and 40 at my oldest sister's house, but I wanted to throw myself a real big 50th birthday party. And I didn't want to walk into my birthday party at the weight that I was at. And that's my short-term goal, to do the 50 by 50, but then to exceed that and to live the last half of my life. If I'm blessed with the longevity that my grandmother had, she lived to be 106.
Oh
So
man.
I'm at the point where I want the later half of my life to be to be where I want to be, and to feel like you always say, you deserve to live in the body of your dreams, to not have to struggle with weight anymore, to not have to worry about weight anymore, to just live.
Yes. Yes. That is beautiful. By the way, Tina said, great job, lady. You give me hope. Yes, that's exactly what this live is all about. Like, we want y'all to leave fired up, hopeful. I sent out a blast email to let everybody know that we were doing this live. And one of the things that I wrote in that email is that when I was on my own weight loss journey, it was so important for me to have other people that I could turn to, just as examples, right? Because sometimes I think we get so stuck in, and I want you to talk about this because we've talked about this before, but we tend to get stuck in that, oh, it's impossible for me. It's
Mm-hmm.
impossible for me. It's impossible for me. But then every time you see these other women achieving that, or they're a couple milestones ahead of you, you're like reminded, let me get out of my ego and my insecurities, because this is obviously proof that what I think is impossible is very much possible, right?
Yeah.
And so I put that in that email, and I want to make sure that everybody who's here, that sinks in. This is so important that we have these conversations, because at the very least, I want all of you to be reminded that whatever it is that you think today is impossible, boom, you got somebody in front of you that's proving
Mhm.
you that you're wrong. It's very much possible.
And I know a lot of people say if I can do it, you can do it. But seriously, if I can do it, you can do it. Because you said something to me one time in a message. I think it was when we were doing the assessment, and I told you, I said, my problem is fast food. And you said, oh, you're a fast food junkie. And I was like, oh my God, like I'm a fast food junkie. So that was eye-opening for me, as well. And I was like, oh my God, I have to do something. And I would see these people on these lives and magazines and Facebook who lost weight, and I would be like, I want that to be me one day.
Yes. Yes. I remember, because that's why I said it's powerful that we bring that up, because you and I had that conversation where you said to me, I'm looking at my before and after pictures. I'm looking at my results, and I'm like, I can't believe that a couple months ago I sat there and all I was thinking was, I wish I could be like her. I wish I could do this like her. I wish I could do this. I wish I could do it. But it never really sunk in that, hey, like that's gonna be me too. Like I'm gonna have my own testimonial. I'm gonna have my own, like, before and after transformation. I'm gonna be the source of inspiration for the next woman who's got goals like this. And I remember that when you had that like light bulb moment, I was like, damn, that's powerful right there. Because a couple months ago, you sat there just thinking, I wish I could. And then now you're here living in the, I'm doing it and I'm showing other women how to do it and that they can do it too. So powerful. We got a lot of ladies on tonight. Tanya said, yes, sister. Yeah, for those of you who missed that, but both of Cher's sisters are on and rooting for her, obviously. Tanya said she saw my muscles and she wanted to be like me.
Well, she did turn me on to you, and she held it for a while, and I didn't know, because Tanya lives in Charlotte, I'm in Greensboro, so we don't see each other as often. And I went to visit her one time, and she started telling me about you, and I could see the results, and and she started telling me things that she was doing, like tracking her food. I said, I said, I can't do that. I'm not doing that. I was always that person too. That's too hard. That takes too much time. I don't know how to
We
do
gotta
that.
talk about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
continue
that was
going.
me. Yeah.
Oh,
She was like,
oh,
don't sign up if you're really not gonna do it. Because she knows me and she knows my track record.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
V said that she lives in Sanford. Is that close to you?
It's not far. Yes.
Okay, look at that small world.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that real quick because you brought that up. So even though you for quite a long time realize, hey, I got to do something. I don't like this feeling. I don't like these aches and pains. I don't like this how my self-esteem has been shot over time. I feel limited as far as where to go, how to dress, right? All the things that you kind of described. Despite all of that, for quite some time you were stuck in the, I'm not tracking my foods, that's too much work. I'm not doing this, that's costing too much time.
Mm-hmm.
Doing this, I'm also not doing that. In the time that you've been with me so far, do you feel like you kind of had maybe misconstrued or had like the wrong types of expectations of what it takes to be successful on this journey?
Yes. Yes, I do. And I mean, now that I've been on this journey, it's like it's a routine now. It's like second nature. It's nothing for me to pull out my app. Even my kids at school know. One of the kids said today, they were like, "Oh, you lost weight." And then one of my other students said, "Yeah, she uses her app." And I was like, "Stop telling my business." But even my kids know, because I said, "Oh, can I eat this piece of candy?" And I'll pull out my phone and I'll log it in. I say, "Oh yeah, I can have it." They like, "Yeah, you can have it." So it's like second nature. And I plan my meals ahead of time. Like the night before, I plan out everything for the next day. And I'm very conscious now of what I put in my mouth, which before I was not.
Yeah, you're very intentional.
Yeah. And now I sit back and I'm like, I went to Zaxby's and I got the traditional wings and things with fries. And that's like all the calories that you should probably have in a whole day. But that was dinner or that was lunch on a Saturday. And it was fast food before that and fast food after that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, your habits have definitely changed a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, your sister said she is the tracking queen now. Yes, I love that. Hey Maria, hey Doris. Thank y'all for being here. I love that so much. So part of what's important in what you just said here is that, and I think that this applies to a lot of women across the board. It's, I don't have time to lose weight. I don't have the equipment to lose weight. I don't have the gym membership to lose weight. I don't have time to go to the gym to lose weight. I don't have time to be tracking and logging what I eat, and yada, yada, yada. And the list goes on of all the shit that people just don't have the capacity, the time, or the money to make happen. And I get blue in the face talking about this, but there's a misconception of what all it takes out of a woman in order to get her to her goals. And the thing that I preach over and over and over again, and you're the prime example, is that the most important piece is figuring out who you are and where you are, right? Hey, Claire. And then once we figured out who you are, where you are on this journey, then we're adding in the pieces and the elements that are sustainable and that make sense for you. So for the ladies that are watching, you do not go to the gym. Let's talk about that first and foremost. You have not set a foot in a gym the entire time that we've been working together, right? You have not done any workouts with any type of extensive pieces of equipment. All your workouts, for anybody watching and listening, all your workouts have been home workouts, and you've been doing them with dumbbells and resistance bands. The end.
Yep. That's it. Never set foot in the gym. Between my living room and my office, that's where I work out.
Right. Absolutely. And we just, and it was a matter of, when you came to me, it was just a matter of like really studying, hey, what's going on with you? Where are you? Let's put together the game plan and the approach that makes the most sense based on what it is that I know about you at that point, right? And so we decided, hey, it only makes sense. You don't need to go to the gym. You don't have the desire to go to the gym. Cool. No. I'm not going to force you to go. What can we work with that you have at home? Cool. All right, let's work with what you got. Yolanda said, yeah, me too so far. Absolutely. That's what it's all about. And then when it came to your nutrition, I did a deep dive into what you were currently doing, what your habits look like. I identified, hey, these pieces right here, this is good. We keep that. But this right here, we got to work on that. How do we make that work? Look at your work schedule. How can we insert certain things? What makes sense? So the important piece here that I want people to take away is that it's not one size fits all. There's not one way of doing it for every single woman across the board. Actually, that's not the way to go about it. But also try to move away from everything is time consuming. Everything requires 6 hours of meal prep. Everything requires that I need to be in the gym and have fancy ass equipment, right? That's not the way to do it necessarily. Everything is about who are you and where are you on this journey, and then figuring out what's going to be the most sustainable approach for you, right? And so I think that in your success story, those are important pieces and elements for other women to take away, you know?
Yeah, because like time too, you know, like as I said, I'm a teacher and I dedicate a lot of my time to my job. I'm single. I don't have any kids. So it was like, why not? And I always point to other people. You know, I have to go here to this performance to support this teacher, or I need to go here to support this student, or I need to go there. This person is having a birthday party. And it was never pouring into myself, taking the time out. I don't have time. I'm at work till 6 o'clock. By the time I go home, I don't want to cook. I don't have time to exercise. But I made up in my mind that it was time for me to point to myself like I point to others. And I even tell them at work, I'm not staying after school to 6 o'clock. I'm getting ready to go. And it's like when I roll my bag out, people are like, you leaving? And I'm like, yeah, I have to go home and work out and fix my food.
This right here. Ladies, for the ladies who are watching right now, I want everybody to drop fire in the comments below, because listen, whether you have kids, whether you're a teacher or not, whether you got a husband or not, whether you have a social life or you don't, one thing that across the board is a huge problem for women, regardless. I don't care what color you are, what your religion is, what state you live in. I don't give a damn. Across the board, we are the worst at prioritizing our own needs and wants and desires. And it's always, who can I serve today? Can I bend over backwards for you, your highness? And you, and the children over here, and these people's children too, and the church over there, and the job over here. And so I am so glad that, yeah, it's a lot of fires in the comments below, because this resonates. I know it does. Hey, Sharika. Hey, Karina. It's a huge problem across the board. And so part of being successful on this journey most definitely requires that ultimate turning point, right? Where we say, enough is enough. I can be a great mom, I can be a great teacher, I can be a great sister, I can be a great daughter, a great friend, a great whatever the hell it is that I need to be. But that doesn't require me constantly sacrificing my own well-being. At some point, we have to say enough is enough. I'm drawing the line. There's boundaries now. No, I'm not staying after work until 8 p.m. every single motherfucking day because y'all want me to do extra shit. No, at some point, I got to say, it's time for me to pour back into my own cup. The way you just described it, the way you said it, like I felt your entire like, hello, like I stepped into my power type of moment, and I love it. It gave me that gave me life. But
and even bringing stuff home, like what I would stay at school to 6 o'clock and bring stuff home and work till it was time to go to bed. So it's like now when I hit the door, I sit down for a minute, I change my clothes, I do my workout, I fix my food. The work comes last.
Yeah.
If that's it's last.
I love that. I love that. Do you feel like you had to get to that point where you were just so fed up with the weights and that it kind of came together?
Yeah. Yes, because I really wanted this for myself. I really wanted to do something for me.
Yeah, enough is
and
enough.
I have to pour into myself to be able to pour into others. And I finally realized that now.
Yes. Ooh, that is powerful, y'all. And I know I talk about this a lot, but it's really an act of love, right? And it's selfless when we also set those boundaries. Yes, obviously, you should set those boundaries and start doing for yourself and pouring into your own cup because it actually feels good, right? And it's the right thing to do. When you love yourself, you care for yourself, you respect yourself. But I think another piece of that a lot of us tend to like disconnect from is that if I truly love my students, if I truly love, I don't know, my place of employment, if I truly love my sisters, my family, whomever, my neighbors, my congregation, right? Then I also owe it to them to show up as the best version of me, right? Why would I want to give the people that I love a washed down, watered down version of me because I'm burnt out 24/7, on edge, irritated, overweight, unhealthy, my body hurts, right? And that's sometimes something that I think that we need to remind ourselves as women is that, yeah, it's cool that you want to do everything for everybody all the damn time because you think that's what love is. But you ultimately show up as a watered down, washed down version of who you are when all those people who rely on you, need you, and also look up to you, they need the most powerful, the healthiest, right? The most energetic version of you. That's what they really need. We got Claire who's watching from Trinidad and Tobago. Hi.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right. I love it. We got people from probably all over. Maria said, I love that for you. And showing up for me is a non-negotiable. And Maria, she's a teacher too, so she can definitely relate to I mean, as teachers, y'all are in a different type of circumstance. I feel like teachers are very much overworked and y'all are very passionate about the work that y'all do. So I think that naturally y'all are not great at cutting it off. Like, no, y'all take it home and y'all be doing all that extra stuff. But we got so many fires in the comments below and so much love, so much support. I love that we can have this type of space. So definitely a lot of stuff that you shared so far, very valuable, very relatable, and I think very inspirational. Let's talk a little bit about what changed for you in the initial, let's talk just about the initial 90 days that we started working together. Like, what was eye-opening for you? What changed? What improved? Talk a little bit about the results. Obviously, you dropped like 30 pounds and things like that, but what was eye-opening? What changed in your day-to-day life?
I started to just feel better. And I'm the type of person too, once I see those results, then that pushes me and that motivates me because I remember the first, I think it's usually like 4 weeks after you do the weigh-ins and the progress photos. I remember putting on my outfit and my older sister always takes my progress pictures and my measurements and all that. And I remember when I put on my outfit, I said to her before she took my pictures, I said, I don't know if this is working or not, because I couldn't see it. And I remember you doing a live and talking about the pictures being a non-negotiable. When I looked at the pictures from the first time to where I was at that point, I could actually see the difference.
Yes.
And when I could see the difference, that like lit fire under me. And I was like, yes, I can do this. And it motivated me to push harder and to continue to push on. wearing clothes. I've had clothes in my closet. Some things I've given away, and some things I was like, no, one day I'm going to wear this. I mean, even clothes with the tags on it. And I'm getting into those clothes. And that pushes me and that motivates me as well to, keep pushing.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And I really like that you said that. Hey, Lenora, what's up? What I have this conversation with women, especially like in my DMs, when we talk about their weight loss journey a lot. I hear that a lot. Yeah, I do stuff, but then I'm not consistent, and then I just fall off. And I always ask, what do you think is the cause, or like the root cause of you becoming inconsistent? And the answer I always get is because I try shit and it don't work. I don't see results. And so women somehow have a tendency to bash themselves for not being consistent. But I always bring it back to, let's talk about human nature for a second. Does it make any logical sense to continue doing something day in and day out and being consistent with it if you're not seeing a return on investment? Whether it's the scale ain't going down, the clothes still fit the same, it still feel like shit, you don't have better energy levels, like whatever that return, whatever the investment, the return that you want to see, right? And so I'm glad that you mentioned that. You said you were skeptical when that weigh-in came and the new pictures came, but because you saw the results, you were like, oh, it's on and popping, baby. I'm just gonna keep on going. I'm keep up being consistent. And what I want women to take from this particular piece here is, you've got to be a real fucking lunatic to do shit consistently if you're not seeing results, and just keep doing it. So what, you just keep showing up and you keep doing the same shit over and over again, but you're not seeing any results. And then women bash themselves and feel guilty, and they're like, I don't understand. I should be consistent. I should continue. No, at some point you've got to ask yourself, why do I keep doing this shit if it's not leading me to anything? If nothing is changing for better, what am I doing and why am I doing it, right? And so it's so important. Yes, it is so important that 2-3 weeks later, 4 weeks later, you start to notice that something is improving and you take heed, because that is the evidence that you're moving in the right direction, right? And another piece here about what you just shared is, yes, I have this little speech for every single new client. I do not care how you feel about it. You're going to take pictures. As with every client coming in, I'm like, listen, this is mandatory. I don't care how you feel about it. I will not share your pictures because it's your body. That's on you. If you don't want me to share them, I respect it 100,000%. But you will take pictures. And the reason why I'm going to make you take pictures is because you're not going to see it in the mirror. You look at yourself in the mirror all day, every day, you're not going to see it. But baby, in the next 30 days, when I make you retake them pictures, I put them side by side, I send them back to you, then it's going to be, oh, coach, I had no idea. I can't believe it. Is this really what's happening? Yes, this is what's happening. So I always tell my clients that I'm like, listen, I've been doing this long enough. I know this is the least pleasant part of this experience. I know nobody wants to take damn pictures, but every client coming in here has got to take the pictures because I know better. I know what's going to happen. Right? Yeah. Tanya said, yeah. Tanya said, I still can't believe the difference in my pics. Billy said, I hate taking pictures too. Yes, I know. But Billy, every time you take them pictures, something has changed. Hey,
and I love taking pictures, but showing the, with the sports bra on and all the belly out, and that wasn't me. I had to cover that up. But seeing it and seeing it, and it's funny too, because the last set that I took, when I look back to the very beginning, I was like, wow, like I knew I was heavy, but I didn't realize that I was that heavy. And it was like, wow. And, I would always say, oh, I got a big head. But when I looked at my head then, in my head now, I was like, wow, it was unbelievable. I didn't realize I looked like that.
Yes, that's a great point too, is that, as we're documenting through pictures, right, we can also go back and see how bad it was, basically, because same principle. You're looking at yourself in the mirror, every morning, you fix your face, whatever, it's all day. You don't notice those things. So sometimes you also don't notice how bad it has gotten or how much you let yourself go. Then you start losing weight, you start retaking pictures, you put them side by side, and eventually you look back and you're like, damn, I can't believe that 6 months ago, this is what I looked like, right? Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
not necessarily like a great feeling, or it doesn't sound super positive, but at the same time, like for me, having done this for over 10 years, I know we need the pictures. We need to
Yes.
document. One number on the scale, not enough. We need
Mm.
to see what that change looks like. What does that represent on my body? That's how it sinks in and it becomes reality for us.
Mhm.
So definitely, you got a lot of comments, girl. Like people are really into your story.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, Esperanza said, right. I kept my clothes. I kept my clothes too. Yeah, of course, it's not a fun process. Lenore, exactly. That's insane. We want to see results after doing one workout. Right, Maria? Kim said, I hate taking pictures. I understand. And then Lenore said, yes, because my fat pictures were a mess. Yes, but the next set of pictures, they're gonna be eye-opening in a good way. So don't you worry. Yolanda said she can relate because that's how she felt too. So yes, absolutely. And for the ladies who are tuning in and who are watching, so I know I've bragged on the fact that you lost those first 30 pounds in the first 90 days, but can you tell everybody where you at with the whole weight loss so far?
I'm about 42 in now, 42 pounds, and numerous inches, like lots of inches.
Yeah, I think we lost track of the inches.
Yes, but I can definitely tell, like I said, in my clothes. I recently went shopping just to try. I wasn't trying to buy a whole lot of stuff, but I would wear things and people say, "Oh, that's too big. You need to stop wearing that." And I'm like, "Well, I'm not getting ready to go buy a whole bunch of clothes because I'm not finished yet. I'm not done." And so one day I just decided, okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try on some clothes. And to get into the size comfortably, it was like, wow. I just felt so good. I mean, even shoes. I had a pair of boots
Let's
that
talk
I
about the
bought
boots.
last year for my class reunion, my 30th class reunion. And Cookie, my sister Cher, I'm sorry, Sherry and Tanya were we were all back home in our hometown. And they were trying to help me get these boots on, trying to squeeze them together and zip them up. And I remember the left one the zipper kept coming loose. And finally I was like, okay, I'm just not gonna wear them. And they sat in my closet. Sherry tried to convince me to give them to her, but I was like, no, I'm not. I'm gonna keep them. And this October, I was in the closet and I said, "Oh, I have these boots," and something just told me, "Well, try them on anyway." And when
Mm-hmm.
I tried those boots on with trouser socks, they zipped up with ease, and I never really realized that that would have an impact. Like just shoe sizes and the way your shoes fit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I vividly remember that, and you couldn't get over it. You kept sending me more
No,
pictures that were like, I
yeah,
just can't believe that I'm wearing these boots. Like, I
yeah,
can't believe that I'm wearing these boots. And I'm like, yeah, I can believe it. I sure can. But
yeah.
Tanya said that was a struggle trying to get those legs in those boots. Right.
It was.
But yeah, no, that's good point because it affects your weight and your size. It affects how everything fits or does
Mm-hmm.
not fit. And
Yeah.
yes, I've had a lot of clients too, like just the width of their feet, right? Their feet would shrink over time
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, you can accumulate extra fat
Mm-hmm.
around your feet as well, which then means that you're going up sizes, right? And then as you're
Mm-hmm.
losing, you're literally like going down in a size as far as your
Yeah.
shoes. So it makes sense. But yes, ladies, so Cher is down a total of 42 pounds so far, and we're like 5 months in. So I want that to sink in. I want everybody to take note, like take a mental note here. If you had to, yeah, Esperanza said that's so true. My feet shrink. Lenora, these damn ankles. Yeah, we're getting them ankles
Oh,
down.
yeah.
We're getting them
My
ankles
fear.
down.
I
If you
feel
had
you.
to, if you had to pinpoint like two things, if you had to narrow it down, pinpoint like two things that you feel have been like the most or have contributed the most to this 42-pound weight loss for you. Like what are the two things that you feel like you've learned in your time with me or that I've changed in some way for you that you can pinpoint and you're like, them two things right there, the biggest things that changed the game for me that I didn't do before, I didn't know of before.
Definitely tracking the food.
Mhm.
That has been a real eye opener for me. Because I would just eat stuff and wouldn't even think about it. Or, like I said, sometimes on the weekend I would eat fast food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner
Yeah.
and never gave it any second thought. But once I started tracking food and putting food in, it totally changed for me. And it's like now in my head, I'll say, okay, I want to eat this, 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 and this. And then I'll go put it in. And then yellow bars, and I love getting my stars. I have to get my stars. But tracking the food has definitely helped me. And then always a cardio girl, but it wasn't like an obsession. But
So
I
glad.
didn't like lifting weights, and I didn't like using dumbbells. I was a dance. I love to dance, so Zumba and trap cardio and things like that, and walking. When the pandemic hit, I was so tired of being in the house, so I just started walking, and I would walk all the time. But I never would lift those dumbbells or those use those bands. And I see that, I know that part of my success came from doing the strength workouts, because I see, I lift my arm and I'm like, oh wow, look at that curve right there. I can see my muscles. So that those two things, doing the strength training and definitely tracking my food, has really helped me.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm really glad that you bring up those two things. Lenore said that's me too, the dancing queen. Sorry, were you about to say something?
And I was gonna say, my mindset is totally different too, because it's like if I fall off today, it's like, okay, tomorrow I'm back on it. Which I would have used that as an excuse to just stop, or to just go to McDonald's, just any little reason. But now it's not like that. I'm like, okay, well, you had a bad day.
Yes.
Okay, tomorrow you get back up, you dust yourself off, and you keep it moving.
Yes. Oh, I love that. All right. So you've given us three things. Love it.
Yes.
Let's dissect it. So number one has been you've recognized how much your mindset has changed from the Cher that you were before we started working together to the Cher that you are now, and how you think and how you look, your perspective on things. I am so glad that you bring that up, because as you know, the mindset piece is critical. And that's probably like the main thing that I actually do work on with my clients on transforming, because especially with you, I recognized the whole all or nothing. And I was like, I've got to turn off that switch. We've got to get rid of that shit right now, because I would see it pop up and pop up and pop up. And I was like, I got to help her transform this. We got to get past this all or nothing. And you described it earlier too. You said in the past on your journey, you get serious about weight loss, and then you'd find yourself, doing something that you had no business doing based on whatever diet you were doing. And so you'd be at McDonald's or whatever, and then you'd be like, fuck it. I fast food. I might as well eat fast food the rest of the week.
Yep.
And I've coined this. I've named this the extremism trap, because so many women find themselves falling into that trap of, well, I didn't had a bad lunch, so now I'm gonna eat bad for the next 3 months because I'm such a failure. Fuck it. I had a bad day. I got too stressed out. My schedule was a mess. I didn't make it to the gym. So now I'm not working out for the next 6 months, right? And I'm just making my problems worse continuously. But it's because at the root is, it's always about the extremes. Let me look for the extremes. And if I do not meet my extremist standards, because I can't, eventually I'm not going to meet it, then everything is hell, and I'm going to self-sabotage 24/7. And ladies who are watching this and tuning in, I'm sure that I'm stepping on your toes right now, and you're recognizing yourself. Brandy just identified this to herself. This is the number one thing that I help my clients overcome. And I know nutrition is the sexiest thing. I know fitness is the sexiest thing, but the reality is that the mindset supersedes everything on this journey. And if you have not been taught how to overcome that, if you have not been taught the tips, the tricks, the tools, or how to identify replacing the coping mechanisms, whatever it is up here, you're going to continue to find yourself backtracking and always regaining the weight. There's no way around that. I'm not going to embellish it. This is just the fucking reality, right? So I'm glad that you brought that up, because that was number one with you, is we had to build that rock solid mindset and eliminate the extremism trap from your life, period. And so you said it yourself. Now, if you find yourself going out of town and you have a couple cocktails, which, because Cher love to have a cocktails, y'all. You you come back Monday and you're like, okay, whoop-de-doo, like back at it. It's like there's no more, oh my God, I feel the need to bash myself, to punish myself with extreme cardio. I'm a loser. I'm a failure. I'm just gonna fuck my diet for the next 6 months. You don't do that anymore. You don't even feel the urge to do that anymore. And that right there is success at its finest, because that's something that's going to stick with you long after you and I are done working together. And that's what I wanted. So that's powerful. The other thing you mentioned is how tracking and logging your foods has been a game changer for you, because it's raised your awareness and it's turned you into a person that is very intentional now with the choices that you make. And y'all, for those of you that don't know, she mentioned she wants to get all her stars and she likes to see the yellow. So what she's referring to is inside of the app that I use for my clients, I determine what their food intake should look like, how many calories, how much protein, carbs, fats, etc. And so when they're getting close to meeting their goals, it turns yellow. And that tells them, oh, they're like in the good bracket. They're doing great. Like basically getting brownie points. And then when it's red, is they went over. And so they know, oh, I ate too much fat or I overdid it on the protein or whatever. And so Cher is really big on, I'm a pre-log, I'm a track the day before because I want to make sure that everything is nice and yellow. If I know everything is nice and yellow, then I picked all the right food options. I'm good, I'm happy. And so that's what she was referring to. But I'm so glad that you brought that up because I preach the importance all the time of don't go out here and jump on a diet without knowing where you are. You need to track your foods. You need to know how much you're consuming on a day-to-day basis. And if you are the person that consumes 3,000 calories on Monday and 500 on Friday, you need to know that about yourself before you go somewhere and say, I'm gonna do a 1,200 calorie diet. That may be totally inappropriate. You don't even know where you are. So tracking is such a great tool. And I'm glad that you really value that. Almost jumped out of my seat when you said you used to be that cardio queen, right? That's what I call it, the cardio queen. Let me go do a step class. Let me dance. Let me do this. Let me walk for 15 miles and all this extra shit. It's great. All of it has great benefits from a health standpoint. But there is such a thing as doing too much cardio, slowing down your metabolism, not fucking getting results. And so with you, that was a major game changer, which I know at the beginning there was a little bit of resistance. You were like, I don't know about all you making me do is lift weights. And I was like, I got you. Watch, I got you.
Yeah.
But you followed through. You did mention that you naturally gravitated towards cardio and the weights that was like not your thing. What do you feel really changed that for you? Was it you knowing that I was building the workouts for you? Was it you knowing that there was going to be the accountability and the support from you? Was it you just knowing, hey, I know she going to set me up for success? What was it for you?
It was all of that.
All of that.
Like I said, when I started seeing, and I think that contributed to the results that I got and within the time frame I got them, because I would lose weight doing the cardio, but I couldn't tell it right away. So seeing those muscles, that helped. And then knowing that you were going to look at it, that helped. And then the fact that within the app, it's almost like I'm in a class because, with some of the exercises, the person is doing it too, but it tracks the time and it tells you how much time you have left. And, oh, you're almost there. That helped me to be able to continue to do it because times when I did try to do it on my own, I would be there like, I would stop. And, it was so hard to get through it. But having that app and having a person do it with me, I'm able to get through it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes, the app is super interactive.
Yes, I love it. I love the app.
Yeah, everybody loves it.
Yeah.
So I love that. Maria said accountability is everything. Absolutely.
Mhm.
The accountability, knowing that I'm there. But I also knowing in the back of your mind, hey, I have full confidence because Anna figuring out what I got to do. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
That helps a lot too. So I love that. So Cher, y'all, for those of you that hopped in late, but is down 42 pounds as of now. We're knocking on like 5 months of work together, and it's been quite the transformation. No more aches and pains. Confidence is at an all-time high. You're down like several sizes to the point where you have to go shopping and kind of build a new wardrobe. Yes.
Slowly but surely.
Huh?
I said slowly but surely. I'm building it. I'm building that wardrobe. And I've been promised a shopping spree when I get where I need to be too. So that's the motivation as well.
I love it. Yes. And then Maria said, and when you don't know how to do an exercise, they will show you. Yes.
Yeah.
The app is so interactive. It is so cool. Like I feel like your hand is being held literally through everything.
It is.
Yeah. And before I forget, for those of you ladies that want to be in that want to sign up for that workshop that I'm doing, the live workshop on Monday, where I'm literally going to break down the 3 main steps, like the 3-step framework that I use with my clients to help them lose 25 plus pounds within the first 90 days. Drop hashtag workshop in the comments below so I can send you the link to register. It's a free live event. I'm not doing it inside of Facebook just because I want it to be accessible to my TikTokers and my Instagram people and everybody else who is not on Facebook. But you want to get inside of that workshop because it's going to be lit, it's going to be live, and there's going to be so much value provided, and you're going to walk away really feeling empowered. So I want y'all to be a part of that. So drop hashtag workshop. If you're not registered, I'll make sure to send you the link. And then also, if you're registered and you can't make it to the event live, you will get the replay automatically to your email, but you got to be registered for that. So just a reminder. Before we end this, before we close this out, I want to ask you, for the ladies who are watching, the ladies that are tuning in, that can very much relate to what, okay, Shamika, I got you, that can very much relate to where you were before you came to me. So you know how you described that you were at your heaviest, you had known for a while that you needed to do something, you were uncomfortable in your body, the aches and pains were just at an all-time high. It started to limit the things that you would wear, not wear, going out, not going out, right? Your confidence level, you kind of walking around with this, don't approach me, don't talk to me face, not because you didn't want people to approach you, but more so because the self-esteem was low, right? It was lacking. So for the women that can relate to that, and maybe they're there right now, if you had a piece of advice or one or two key pieces of advice for them, what would that be?
Sign up with Anna.
Just knew it. Bye, y'all. Bye. The live is over with. That's it.
I'm telling you,
what she said.
It has, I'm telling you, it has truly, truly changed my life. It really, truly has. And I was one of those too where, well, I can't afford it. I have to buy all these different kinds of food and this, but then I started thinking, and you preached on this too. I started thinking about it. The clothes I buy, the paparazzi jewelry I order, the money I put in fast food, the money I spend partying.
Oh my God.
I realized that I could do it. I could do it. And I've been doing it.
You've been doing it.
So don't let that stop you. And if I can do it, I'm serious. If I can do it, you can do it, because my attitude sometimes is very negative.
Yeah.
That's not gonna work. I can't do that. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And just do it. And hire him.
All right, so the advice for the ladies out here who are struggling on this journey but got weight loss goals and you're serious about them. Hey, Aunt Jeanette, thank you for joining us. I'm glad you're here. Is number one, hire me because it's well worth it. This was not my message. I'm just repeating. But I do endorse this message. I like it. And then the other one is, if Cher is standing in front of you tonight or sitting in front of you tonight, and she's telling you all this shit that she just accomplished in less than 5 months, right? She's down 42 pounds now. Then what she's telling you is that if she can do it, she's not more special than any of y'all, then you can do it. And that's the prime thing that I wanted y'all to get from this success story right here. I want this to light you up. I want it to fire you up. Y'all done heard everything that she was struggling with for many years prior to. She's turned all of this around. Her mindset, her relationship with nutrition, the choices around nutrition, and she was a fast food junkie. She does not go to the gym. She only does her workouts at home. Listen, she was a cardio queen. All she wanted to do was cardio, and now she lifts weights happily. I don't know what else to tell y'all. If she can do that, and y'all heard it from the horse's mouth, then so can you. Let this story be a story of inspiration that lights you up, that fires you up. And if you need more, if you need an extra push, an extra kick in your hiney, if you need more strategies, if you need more support, make sure that you register for my live workshop come Monday, next Monday. Drop hashtag workshop in the comments below if you're not registered. It's a free live event where I'm gonna give you massive ass value on the 3-step framework that I use to help my clients out. And again, Cher dropped 42 pounds and we're 5 months in. Cher, thank you so much. I kept you longer than I intended to, but I had a feeling that's what's gonna happen. But Cher, I can't thank you enough for the amazing client that you have been. I think trying to get emotional. I thank God very frequently for you. Like I could do this work all day, but I mean, if I had shitty clients to work with, then I don't know. So you're coachable, you listen, you follow through, you ask questions. sometimes you go above and beyond with asking questions, and then you're like, oh my God, I know I'm a pain in the ass. And I'm like, no, you're not. Bring it on. Bring it on. Sometimes
Yeah.
you're stressing about stuff, you be getting
Yes.
in your head and you just do the most. And then I'm like, I need you to stop right now.
Yep.
I already know how to, and I know how to handle you, and I know how to deal with you.
Yeah.
And then I get a little message, I love you so much, and I thank you. And I'm like, I love you too. So I can't thank Tanya enough for connecting you and I. That's how it happened. I
Yes.
can't thank God enough for sending you my way, but then you for being the type of client that you've been to me. It's a two-way street. Yeah, I've been doing a lot for you and I've been helping you change your life and transform.
Yeah.
But hell, you it's fulfilling for me to see. It's so fulfilling for me to see, and I can't thank you enough for that. Like, I wish I could hold on to you for life, but that would defeat the purpose. So hey, Latoya, you here at the end, you're gonna have to go back to the beginning. But so thank you so much for being here, and I know your message, I know your story, I know that everything you shared on here tonight, I have full confidence it's going to change somebody's life. And I can't thank you enough for being willing to come on, to be transparent, to be vulnerable, to share all of this here. I'm not taking it for granted. I promise you. Thank you.
And I feel the same way. I thank you for your patience. I thank you for your realness. That helps a lot. I love the fact that you curse. I love it.
Ah, man, it
I
took me.
need that. That's what
Yeah,
I need. I truly need that. That tough love, because I know it's I know that your intent is well.
right.
And you only want what's best for me. And I appreciate that. I really, really do. I am so thankful that Tanya turned me on to you. I'm so thankful to be with you. I want to be with you for the rest of my life, just to have that connection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love you, girl. Um,
Love you.
your sister is getting jealous in the comments. She
Yeah,
said,
she's a hater.
she said, I'm still your favorite, Anna J. Fit. Yes,
So,
yes, of course you are, Tanya. Don't worry,
whatever.
Tanya. You have not been replaced. Latoya said, yes, ma'am. I had to get my workout in late. No problem. You know, I'm not going to interfere with that. Lenore said, right. Keep us in line. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yes. You know, it's funny because it took me years to embrace the fact that I just fucking want to cuss and just be okay with it. Like, it took
I
me years
love it.
to just embrace that. And eventually it was like, fuck this. Like, some folks gonna love it, some gonna be like, she do the most. Cool, no problem, no problem. You don't need to, you're not part of my tribe. You meant for somebody else. Over
Right.
here, I'm gonna cuss. Yes, I get inside a trainer rise and I'm like, God damn it, girl, stop it. Yeah, literally, that's how I talk to her. Hey Nina. So for those of you that popped in late, drop hashtag workshop if you want that link to get registered for the live event that I'm doing next week on Monday. It is absolutely free. You're going to get massive amounts of value. And again, it's not on Facebook. So you need to register for it in order to get the link to hop on. And then also, if you can't attend that event live, don't worry. Because if you're registered, you're going to get the replay automatically in your email. Brandy got the little the headphone, and I know why Brandy did that, because Brandy used to always she used to catch like every single one of my lives when I was doing them on my public profile, and I would always catch her off guard because I would just be like F-bomb, 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 and she would have her kids in the back, and I was always like, disclaimer, I'm about to be cussing a lot, and Brandy always gave me a hard time for that. But so anyways, ladies, much love to all of you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting Cher, for showing her love. Thank you for absorbing everything that she shared with y'all, because I know it's intimate and she was nervous and I feel like it's very personal. So the fact that she came on, she was brave and she shared all this stuff with y'all and no one could even tell you were nervous. I just said it, but didn't look nervous at all. It felt very natural to me. So thank you so much. I love you so much, Cher. I love everybody here. Have a good night, everybody. Please remember to keep a smile on your face, spread love and positivity to those around you. And above all, remember that you deserve to live in the body of your dreams. Don't you ever forget that. Okay? Bye, y'all. Bye, Cher. Have a good
Bye.
night.
Thank you. Bye
Bye.
bye.
You're welcome. Bye.